Next, we have the hinge or pull movement for the lower glutes and hamstrings. What would be your exercise of choice for this one?
So my choice would be the dumbbell 45-degree hyper. And the reasons why it really leads to very high, when I was doing EMG experiments, I was very surprised how high the glute activation is, but you also get very high hamstring activation because the knees are straight and therefore the hamstrings are in a much better position to produce force compared to when the knees are bent, as in the case of a bridge or a thrust. But it's also a very safe exercise. Like anecdotally, you don't get nearly as many injuries with the dumbbell 45-degree hyper as you do, say, the deadlift or the good morning. So you can do them frequently, week in and week out, and not have to worry.
I've also found that executing this exercise, it seems to be pretty tricky for a lot of individuals. Are there any quick tips that you can provide to help clear this up?
Now, we do this two different ways. Option one is the neutral feet, neutral spine. That's going to work the hamstrings, the glutes, and the erectors very well. Mm-hmm. If you are trying to bias the glutes, you want to fully round over the spine. It's kind of hard for some people to do that. The reason why is now you're not erecting the spine, you're activating the erectors. They completely shut down. Mm. And now that they're shut down, it's a pure glute and hamstring movement. But you also flare the feet out 45 degrees. Turning the feet out puts the glutes in a better position to activate. They get higher activation that way. And so when people try the round back method, a lot of times it's the first time that they feel the glutes like fatigue first in a back extension.
And then as far as alternatives, this one does seem a little bit tricky to replace at home, but would you say something like reverse hyperextensions done on a bench or even a countertop would be suitable?
Yep. And even if reverse hyper is very controlled, if you have a very tall surface, you can do straight legs. I like doing spread eagle method, which means you'll start narrow at the bottom and end wide at the top. And you kind of go like that. If you have a low bench, like say you just had like a bench press, you could still do them. You'll just bend the legs at the bottom and then kick the legs out at the top.